Zach Scherning with NASCAR.com. Austin, as you look at this round of 8, where do you feel like the 21 teams' chances are to get out of this round and give yourselves a shot at the championship?
I think Las Vegas is as good as any of them for us. You know, if you look back at our stats and how we've ran here at Las Vegas, I think out of the 3 races we have coming up, this is the one for sure that we can definitely take advantage of and get the job done and get the win. Feel really good about Homestead as well. I feel like we've always performed and run really well at Homestead, ran inside the top 5 a lot of the times at Homestead, and then Martinsville is kind of the one that's the curveball. So I think that for us, if we don't win at Las Vegas or Homestead, we have to maximize the day and really gain a ton of points on the rest of the field. That way when we go into Martinsville, you know, if something crazy happens, we have some stuff to fall back on.
Spencer Series NASCAR Radio and Cashfence.com. Are you encouraged by some of the moves that RCR is making for 2025?
Yeah, I mean, I think that RCR is, as an organization, we just keep getting better. You know, I've seen it over the last 3 years that I've been, you know, at RCR, that each and every year we keep up in the program, whether it's Xfinity or Cup or a combination of both. So, yeah, I mean, I'm really happy where I'm at, really happy with what RCR is doing going forward, and you know, can't wait to see what the rest of this season holds, but also next year in 25.
And you had top 5s here and at Phoenix. What do you have to do to improve on those 2 positions?
Yeah, you know, I think it's one of those things that we might have had a car that was possibly capable of winning, and you know, it comes down to the end of these races. Sometimes it doesn't work out for you. You know, restarts are critical in this series or any series, and you know, I think if you look back at some of the races where I've finished 2nd, 3rd, 4th, if we would have had a little bit better restart, if I would have got to the lead, had the clean air, we could have won the race just as easy as some of the other competitors did. So I just think it's one of those things we got to stay aggressive all throughout these playoffs. We showed our aggression in the last round, and we just want to keep that aggression up. We want to do it, you know, as smart as possible, but we still have to be very aggressive for these next 3 races to give us a chance into that Final 4 for Phoenix.
Any additional questions? Reed?
Yeah, Reed Spencer with the NASCAR Wire. You mentioned something crazy in Martinsville. Well, something crazy had happened in Martinsville happened last year. Do you still think about that when you head for that track?
Not really. I mean, I think for whatever reason, Martinsville hasn't been the greatest to me. Now I have ran inside the top 5, and I've been able to finish inside the top 5 at Martinsville, so it can be done. You know, I can finish inside the top 5, and I can get the job done at a place like Martinsville. But it's just one of those racetracks that, you know, the beating and banging happens a lot. You know, you play bumper cars a lot of the time, and it would take a lot of weight off our shoulders if we were able to get it done at either Las Vegas or Homestead. That way we don't have to worry about Martinsville. But if it ends up happening just like it did last year, where we're going in and we're really tight on points, we just got to get up on the wheel and hope that it's enough.
Go up here to Holly.
Hi, Holly Kane with the NASCAR Writers. I was just curious, after the cutoff race, some of the guys that had been up in the point standings all season got eliminated. Does this change anything, kind of the vibe of the playoffs, that maybe you're going to end up racing these guys in the final 8 that you weren't necessarily counting?
I don't think it changes a whole lot, just because I think everyone that was in the round of 12 was capable of winning a championship. I think that everyone from that was first in points all the way to the 12th could get it done. It's just how these playoffs work. I mean, somebody like Justin Allgaier that's had a amazing year all year, he, you know, came very close to missing out on the next round. So it's just the way these playoffs are. You have to be on it for all 3 races, and if you do have a bad race, that really puts you in a hole. So and sometimes it's not even your doing on, you know, some of the wrecks and things that happen on the racetrack. So yeah, I mean, I still view this round of 8 just like I would have viewed it if it was what we would call the best top 8 cars. You know, I still think that you have to view it the same way. Everyone's a threat, and we have to just try to be better than our competition these next 3 races.
Back to Lee.
Are you anticipating getting more Cup starts in 2025, and do you still see RCR as a path where you can run Cup one day?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to be able to run Cup one day with RCR. You know, I don't know if or when that would happen. Next year, we are looking at hopefully running some Cup races. Got to still work out the details and stuff on that, but we are planning on hopefully running at least a handful. I don't know how many yet. But yeah, I mean, if perfect case scenario would be here in the next handful of years to be able to get the opportunity to run in the Cup Series and it be with RCR. I really, you know, I talk about it all the time. I really enjoy racing for someone like Richard Childress. Him and I have the same, you know, values, and we go about things in the same manner for the most part. So I hope to have a long career with RCR.
Oh, back to Zach.
Just in terms of leading laps and being up at the front of the field, where do you feel like this 21 team is? Obviously, I know that the history here, you guys have been fast every time you show up, but and really, it's all that matters is what's out the windshield at this point. But where do you feel like the 21 team stacks up to your other competitors in this round in terms of those laps led at the front of the field?
Yeah, I think if you look at who's in the round of 8, I think that we are one of the top 4 drivers or teams rather to make it into Phoenix, but you know, a spoiler could easily win this race on Saturday that we wasn't really expecting to maybe be in the Final 4. So you know, you always have that in the back of your mind. I think that we do stack up pretty well with the rest of the competition. Do we think that we need to be better as a 21 team? Yes. I mean, I think everyone that you ask in the garage, they're going to all say the same thing, that they can be better. You know, unless you're winning 10 plus races, you just feel like there's always more to get. And you know, we've had a solid year this year, but we still need to be better. So we're constantly working. Even though we're getting down to these last 4 races, we're still trying to figure out things to be better as a race team, to be better with our packages, for me to be better as a driver, and certain moves that I can make to you know, just put myself in better positions at times. So we're all you know, always constantly working on that. But yeah, I think if you just look at the round of 8, we are a top 4 team. We just got to do our job these next 3 races and make it into Phoenix, and then it's anyone's ball game at that point.